When you think about the best tight ends in the NFL, you think about guys like Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Tucker Kraft, Colson Loveland, and maybe a few other guys before you get to Harold Fannin Jr., the second-year tight end in Cleveland who I think is already an elite talent.
Harold Fannin was drafted 67th overall out of Bowling Green in the 2025 NFL Draft and was one of the most overthought prospects in a while. He led the entire country in receiving yards with 1,555 and receptions as a tight end at 117. And both are the most all-time by tight end in a single collegiate season. Scouts in the media questioned his competition. Obviously, he played at Bowling Green, said he was undersized, and his bad combine seemed to prove them right, helping him fall to the third round, but he shined as a rookie in a terrible situation. 72 receptions, 731 yards, and 6 touchdowns, catching passes from Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, leading to him finishing 31st of 39 eligible tight ends in catchable target rate. Truly impressive numbers given his situation, finishing 8th in the league in all categories amongst tight ends. So how did Fannin overcome the adversity of, being a Cleveland Brown? And why do I think he's going to be great in 2026? It starts with his ability to break tackles. Harold finished second in missed tackles forced and 7th in total yards after catch amongst tight ends in his rookie season, and he shows why on tape. 3rd and 12 from their own 11-yard line. Shedeur takes the snap in the shotgun, and there's pressure very quickly, before any downfield routes can develop. So he just has to drop it off to Fannin. As soon as he gets this ball, there are 3 defenders beelining to him, with a 4th on the outside keeping him on a contain and trying to keep him running to the other defenders, and he is still 8 yards away from the first down marker. Harold stiff arms the first guy with no effort, then stiff arms Devin White while still being 5 yards away from the first down marker, and proceeds to take on the contact, bulldozing 2 more guys to get the first down and more. He just does not go down on first contact, and this 3rd and 10 against Pittsburgh shows it again. He's going to run this dig, catch the ball and fall to the ground, and pops right back up. Get by that defender, stiff arms Juan Thornhill, drags him along for 7 or 8 yards. At the 24-yard line, the Steelers finally make real contact with him, and he drags these defenders for an extra 6 yards. Every 3rd down, the ball has to go to Harold Fannin Jr., because he will make plays like this, dragging defenders everywhere, fighting for extra yards, either to get the first down, or in this case, get the offense in the red zone like he's Rob Gronkowski, and I'm not making that comparison, just the way that he gets these guys going downfield. The Browns scheme up so many touches for Harold Fannin, so that he can get touches in space. That's what they did against the Green Bay Packers. Flacco's already loading up to throw before Fannin turns around on this curl route, and right as he turns, he takes on the contact of Quay Walker. While fending him off, Isaiah McDuffie comes in, then Keyshawn Nixon, and then Evan Williams, who he stiff arms to the ground, but Fannin gets tripped up on Williams' way down, and he finally goes down after dragging 4 total Packers 9 yards downfield. He's a bowling ball at tight end, which makes sense because he went to Bowling Green, and I know that was a horrible joke, but every team needs that. A tight end that is reliable catching the ball, a security blanket that can make plays with the ball in his hands, and that's the type of tight end that I want on my team and that people should be drafting in fantasy. Currently, Fannin is being drafted as a tight end 7 in best ball drafts, and I think he'll finish higher than the 7th best tight end fantasy. So if you want to get your hands on this monster, then there's simply no better place to draft him than on Underdog, because they are the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. They have their best ball drafts, which I just uploaded a video doing a draft, and I'll be putting out another one this week, but they also have their pick'em entries, where all you have to do is pick higher or lower on 2 to 8 of your favorite players' projections, and you can win up to 5,000 times your money. Better yet, when you sign up with code JOEFB, that is JOEFB, and play your first $5, you get $50 in bonus fantasy entries and a gimme pick, on top of the 50% deposit match up to $1,000 that you get at sign up. Again, that is code JOEFB for that deposit match, $50 and a gimme pick when you play your first $5.
Harold Fannin Jr. isn't just a yards after catch threat though. He's a very good route runner, basically a wide receiver that plays tight end. And if you know anything about me, I'm a short white dude who's a Patriots fan. So what did I grow up watching? Short white dudes dominate the slot and run a good whip route. That has made me appreciate the whip route at an insanely high level, and Harold Fannin Jr. ran it to a T in his first career game.
Lined up at the bottom of the 3 receiver set, and after getting by Demetrius Knight at the line of scrimmage, Fannin releases inside, and Jordan Battle pursues him heavily on an inside route, which gives him the perfect opportunity to do this. Plants the right foot, drops the hips, shake and bake Ricky Bobby style, and hits that whip route to perfection. Flacco delivers a beautiful ball with pressure in his face, 18-yard gain on 3rd down for Cleveland. I just want to see it again, so I'm going to play it again. That hip drop is just so special, man. That looks too good for a tight end. Almost unbelievable. That's the type of whip route that you see from a Julian Edelman, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson. I'm exaggerating to a point, but running a whip route that deep down the field to that level of perfectness, it's beautiful. He's the type of route runner at tight end that forces defenses to put anybody but a linebacker on him. When they do, he takes advantage, like against Tennessee, where they're going to have an empty set. He's going to release outside like he's going to run an out route or just go to the flats, but Fannin just runs a clean angle route. He chops the feet, gets the linebacker guessing, and cuts inside. It's a good throw from Shedeur, and of course he drags the defender for 5 yards. This one isn't anything special like that whip route, but it's just so clean, he gets wide open off of it, and the linebacker stood no chance. I also love this wheel route against the Titans in that same game, of course. He's going to be lined up on the right tackle, and as he is going upfield, he hits what I could only describe as a high step, and that combination of that move plus the one step inside got him open on this wheel route. These two moves got safety Armani Hooker to hesitate and bite on an inside route just enough for Fannin to fade back out, continue upfield, and catch a perfect ball from Shedeur Sanders. Route running is about the little things. Once you can master these nuances, like that high step and that quick jab inside, you have a higher chance of getting open. And for a tight end, being able to run routes like this, it is scary. And I know Harold Fannin is in a bad situation with Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, or hell, maybe Brendan Sorsby throwing him passes this year. And with the new additions of Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston at wide receiver, it makes it tough to get targets, but I still believe in Harold Fannin in 2026. Todd Monken, the team's new head coach, was able to support a good two tight end system with the Baltimore Ravens, as Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely both had great years under Todd Monken. Now, both players did play at least 11% more snaps in the slot than Fannin on average in those 3 years under Monken. Andrews was significantly higher than 11% with years at 80, 60, and 69% in the slot compared to Fannin's 41%. But this leads me to believe that he'll be lined up in the slot more, giving him the mismatch on smaller defenders. And even if he doesn't, although I think it will benefit him to line up in the slot, last season he had a .24 targets per route run, which was tied for the lead amongst tight ends. And this proves to me that he can dominate in his current situation where he was splitting between in the slot and on the line, because his talent alone demands the ball as he just gets open almost every play. And even when he isn't totally open, he had a touchdown last year that showed us that he's great in contested catch situations against the Titans. It was a beautiful ball from Shedeur Sanders, and he head tops the defender on the Titans. It was amazing. But back to the point. When he gets the ball in his hands, through scheme touches or not, he just makes plays with it. This is a more crowded offense, so it will be harder to get him the ball, I know, but Monken was able to have those two tight ends and Zay Flowers produce in the same offense, so that truly does not scare me. Before you say anything in the comments, I know the quarterback discrepancy between the Browns and Ravens is large, but the system is there to be able to support Fannin and the new additions in the passing game. Monken has been known to love his tight ends. Whether it was with Baltimore or during his time at Georgia, he always makes sure the tight ends are a big part of his passing game. Not Arthur Smith levels, but close. He motions them to create mismatches along the line, into the slot, all that. He has short pass design concepts that create yards after catch opportunities, maybe not for Mark Andrews, but more for Isaiah Likely. And Monken honestly just funnels targets to tight ends. And that's good because players as skilled as Harold Fannin don't just go away because of new weapons being added to the offense. Monken will find ways to get him the ball in space, let him work his game downfield against linebackers and safeties, and he will become the next dominant tight end in the NFL if you think he already isn't that. If anything, adding Boston and Concepcion helps Fannin. Defenses won't have to just worry about him, leading to more single coverage, meaning more opportunities for big plays. Sure, the team sucks, but that also means they'll be in more passing situations. He's projected to have the 6th most receiving yards amongst tight ends. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up higher on that list, like 4th or 5th. Fannin was already the number 1 target on this team last year, and I don't think that's going to change in an offense that is so dependent on the tight end. I believe that Harold Fannin is already a top 5 tight end, but this year could see him jump into that top 3 conversation with guys like Trey McBride, Colston Loveland, Brock Bowers. It's really going to be a big debate between who is better, truly only between Loveland and Fannin in this conversation, but who will be that 3rd best tight end in the NFL. Todd Monken is going to show us that Harold Fannin has all the talent in the world, that he will be one of the best tight ends in the NFL in 2026.